Hey you guys, so today I am making homemade pot roast. So all the ingredients I have up here, and then I have my crock pot. So I'm currently cooking. We're trying to get this started because it's not gonna be done till like 7. So if you haven't already liked this video, subscribe to my channel, hit the bell notification button and get notified every time I post. And let's get started. First things first, I'm gonna go on with my chuck meat, and I'm gonna cut it up into medium slices so it can fit into my small little crock pot. I got my 5-serving crock pot, and I like to cut that up into medium slices so everything can fit inside there with the potatoes and carrots and onions and everything else. But anyway, while I was cutting it, I found a freaking blood clot in my meat. I never seen that in a day of my life. You guys, tell me if this is normal. I never seen that before. But anyway, I'm gonna go on with my pepper. And my man love pepper, so I'm gonna pepper it up really nicely and use a lot of pepper. And plus they're fat chunks, so you gotta use a lot of seasoning. And then I'm gonna go on with my onion flakes. If you know, you know. Put a little onion flakes on there. It tastes really good. Then I'm gonna go on my oregano, you know, for the freshness, for the leaves, you know. So after that, I'm going to go in with my lemon pepper. Lemon pepper has been so good to me. So, you know, sprinkling that, putting that in my roast beef will be good. And then last time I'm going with my onion powder. And don't do me, onion powder is not salty. It is a powder. It is not salt. I was going to use chili powder, but I decided to use Old Bay because I didn't want it spicy because my kids were eating it and they don't like spice. And plus I have a 1-year-old. She's not going to be able to eat nothing spicy. It's going to hurt her belly. So after that, I'm going to go in with my minced garlic, and I had trouble getting the top off. My man wasn't there to open it, so I had to hit that bad boy up, get some air out of it, and pop it open. And then put some garlic, maybe like 2-3 small spoonfuls of that, and then mixing everything all around, making sure it gets all nice and tenderized, and massage it. So after I'm done massaging and mixing everything in there, I'm going to put it into my crock pot. And I do have like a tiny bit of broth on the bottom of it, so it doesn't burn my pot. If you know, you know. So there's like a little smidget of broth. But anyway, I'm gonna rinse my potatoes, and I'm gonna put my potatoes on the tray and get it prepped for cutting. And yes, I am washing them off because you can't have dirty potatoes into your crock pot. Who wants to eat dirty potatoes? And then I'm gonna go with my carrots. I'm gonna rinse my carrots off too. These are pre-rinsed already, but I like to rinse them off again just so my pot roast don't have a carrot taste to it. If you know, you know. So I'm going to rinse those off. And then I'm going to cut my potatoes into 4s. I don't like big, chunky potatoes in my stuff. I don't really mess with the potatoes in my pot roast, but my family do. So potatoes it is. And I'm going to cut them up into 4s. Red potatoes, gold potatoes, you know, make it look pretty. And just cut this up nicely. Today I'm gonna rub my potatoes into the seasoning that I have, the extra seasoning, just to put the extra flavor into my pot roast and getting the extra flavor off the board. And then after, I'm gonna cut my carrots in half. I don't know, I like smaller carrots. I don't like the big carrots, so I'm gonna just cut those in half, then put them in there so they're smaller and easier to eat, especially for my kids because they're eating it too. Okay, so after, I'm gonna go with my medium onion. I don't know what size onion this is, but if you know what size this is the size I'm using. I'm gonna say this is a small onion because I've seen bigger ones. So I'm gonna cut my small onions in maybe 3 slithers, and I like to cut them in a 4 because I don't like long onions in my pot roast. I like them smaller. So yeah, I'm gonna cut those into 4s. And then after I cut those up and put them in there, I'm gonna go ahead and go in with my sweet spicy pickle juice, I guess. I'm not gonna put the actual pickles in there. I'm just gonna use the jalapenos from them. Usually I'll use jalapeno juice, but this is what I had to work with because I didn't have jalapeno juice. So if you got jalapeno juice and jalapenos, use that instead of this spicy jalapeno pickle juice that I'm using. But this turns out great too, so you can use either or. Anything with a vinegary taste, it tastes amazing. And then add some jalapenos up in there. It tastes really good. So then after, I'm gonna pour the juice, and I'm also gonna pour the beef broth, and I like to just distribute that evenly, sorry. And whatever you like, whatever your tasting is, if you don't like that much vinegar, don't put that much, put more beef broth. But this is what I like to do, and it tastes really good. After I'm done, I'm going to season up my pot some more with the seasoning I use for my beef, and just add an extra seasoning to it, just because the seasoning that is in there is coming from the beef and the potatoes that I already seasoned with. So just for a little extra flavor, I like to mix all that in there. And then after that, I'm going to go in with my roast beef packet. And the roast beef packet, it holds so much flavor. I don't know, it just hits the spot. Just putting one packet in there and then just mixing everything all together, it just thickens it up and give it a thicker texture to it, if you know what I mean, not a soupy texture. It's 5 hours in, and she's looking nice, thick, juicy, and the flavor is there, and it smells so good. So after that, I'm gonna take all my chunks out so I can get it prepared to shred. So if it's super tender and it's hard for me to shred, I won't shred it yet. I'll put it back in and let it cook a little longer. But this had no problem shredding. I could shred it easily. It was nice, it was tender, and also it was juicy, you guys. As you see, it was so easy to shred. So it definitely was ready for it to be pulled apart and put back into the crock pot. Little taste test, and that thing was good, and I didn't even get the juice yet. Yes. Shredding it, I like to make sure there's no extra fat in there. So if there is, I just take it out because no one likes fatty meat. Well, I don't like fatty meat, my family don't, so I like to take it out. And then after I find out that all the fatty meat's gone, I put it back into the crock pot, and I'll have all this sit for an extra 20 or 30 minutes just so it can get soft and not be as hard when we eat it. We're gonna go ahead and taste this juice. Let's see how it tastes. And yes, it tastes amazing. I'm so excited. So this is how it's looking, the final product. This was 30 minutes after shredding the chicken. So I'm going to make me a little bowl and get this delicious pot roast with the carrots, potatoes, and the roast and the juices. Yes, ma'am. So everything's all done. This is my pot roast. Y'all seen a clear video before this, but let's give it the taste. So you want some too? She wants some too. So get some meat, get a potato, onions. You want some? Here. Here. This is the bites. I'm over the sink, so everything dropping in the sink, no mess. Let's see the bite. Yeah, give me 1 second, bye. That's good. That's real good. Mommy. Y'all follow this recipe. Make y'all some pot roast, slow cooked on high heat. So good, y'all. Don't forget to like, and subscribe. Don't touch that.
Okay.
To my channel. Hit the bell notification button to notify me to my posts. And I'll see y'all next time. Here, you want some more?